10
YouTube.
Sunday
We about to
Showcase
react
on
to
ABC,
the
presented
Utah
by
Jazz versus San
Verizon
Antonio
Go 90,
Spurs.
all part of the
Let's
United
go.
States Marine Corps playoff push. From the Alamo City in the AT&T Center, home of the 5-time NBA champs, the San Antonio Spurs, a familiar scenes, brilliant skies, and the Spurs poised and ready to make a run in June. The San Antonio Spurs making some changes in their starting lineups, resting a couple of guys, Danny Green. Meanwhile, it's Dante Exum running the point for the Utah Jazz. The former Spur, Boris Diaw, he likes this.
To 91 points.
Boris
They love to
Diaw.
slow the game down, and they're an excellent
Slow-mo.
half-court defensive team.
Nice feed
pass,
inside,
slow-mo.
coached by Kyle Anderson. Diaw down low, working against Bertans. And Boris Diaw,
Big
You know, we
in.
know that. But right
Diaw
here
is,
in
like,
Utah,
big,
when
but,
you're
like,
talking about the fact that
He
they're
can do
fourth in the
everything.
league,
Pass,
back
shoot,
comes Kyle Anderson.
what they
rebound,
need today is good guard play.
pass.
And they get a good assist.
Only 2 games on the loss side ahead of the Clippers. This is a big game for Utah.
Excellent.
Exum for 3. Leonard. Bertans from downtown. Got it.
Who is
See,
that?
that's his strong.
For the Utah Jazz.
Well, see, they only average 100 points a game, so they're not a fast-breaking
Gordon
team.
Hayward,
so
the
that
best
offense
white boy in the
can
league.
Get high percentage shots.
They're last in the league in pace.
And
Parker
one.
with the drive and 1. This year in New Orleans. Spent a lot of time working on his game in the offseason. Parker back quickly and gets it to ball.
Have once he gets into the paint.
Back inside for Gobert, never made it. Got there the second time, Denman. Big
Get
second
that shit
half
out
of
of
that
here,
game
boy.
as well. Here's
Gotta
Wood.
come stronger than that.
Hayward with a nice ball fake.
Good pass.
And Gobert finishing
Good
off
pass.
today with Diaw, Gobert, and Parker.
Well, all 3 guys, mainstays
And
on
one.
the French national team. Joe Johnson, and then George Hill and Boris Diaw, outstanding. But then a guy, pretty pass by Joe. But there's no time here in the 9-man rotation that San Antonio uses.
Joe Johnson with another great dime.
George Hill this year out of Indiana, he's their second leading scorer at 17 points a game.
Who is these
Brent
players?
Forbes from
Who is
downtown.
that?
Comes off the screen, Gobert. Over to Johnson, a 38% three-point shooter.
Good pass.
Here's the aforementioned Leonard.
Gobert could pass out of the paint now. That's
Gasol.
good.
Boy, he continues to
He's
sizzle.
not only a good
I said
defender
you were
now.
young then. You were supposed to learn the game below the foul line.
Approaching 1 minute to go. Ingles, who leads the NBA. Gasol battling Withy. Bertans from downtown.
Who is
And his
that?
second 3 ball.
From now until the end of the season, they had 10 assists and 13 field goals.
Boy, great burst of speed. Actually got a great
Spurs
endorsement
ball
from his
movement.
teammate Danny Green a couple of days ago. And he said, hey, Tony's a pro. As Simmons knocks down the 3.
Season where everyone was healthy. Then when they played in Utah, San Antonio won, but they only scored 100.
Boy,
That was
Jonathan
bad
Simmons.
It
defense.
is. But that's what we're getting here today. Right now, I don't know how we're going to break them out of this. Now, we know that
Utah 47 and 29 coming into the game. Gobert set a great screen.
Johnson.
Joe Johnson knocks down the 3.
great basketball, not just at the offensive end, which a lot of people want to look at, but when you look at 5 or 6 defensive.
I like his shot.
The guy's got his
He got a
arms
good
around.
form.
Well, look, I think he's giving away a little size
Boris
there, by the
Diaw.
way.
Boris Diaw knocks down the 3.
Okay, but look at what he did here at San Antonio. He was outstanding in their run for the championship.
Rodney Hood in San Antonio. The Jazz will be shooting on the next one. Dante Exum with a strong and the punch. In Russia, Messina,
Well, look.
current Spurs assistant.
Right, two excellent
Wide
coaches.
open.
Messina's
Good
one of the
pass.
best coaches in the history of FIBA. Jazz want to get into the paint off the dribble from the middle of the floor. Not only do they get in, they finish for a
What
layup.
was Kawhi trying to do?
Gobert with a block on Leonard. Ball comes back out to Brent
Hello.
Forbes now. And he gives the Spurs.
Gasol never jumps. He just stands there and raises his arms. Okay, so he didn't go for the fake.
And here's Gasol at the other end with a soft touch.
Fender and can put the ball on the floor.
Here's Kawhi Leonard facing up and goes quickly.
Ooh, he
And
just babied you,
just
Gordon.
averaging a career high, almost 26 a game. Hayward, nice look inside. And a
Oh,
great
good.
extra pass. A budding general manager in the NBA. That's what he wants to do. Here's Diaw. Gets all the way into the paint, and Diaw finishes.
Dribble the basketball. I can tell you he came into the league as a point guard.
He has 11 points.
Wow,
Leonard from deep.
The last 2 months, he's been shooting the three at 29%. Before that, at 43. So you like to see him get back.
Boy, what a play by
He
Gordon
almost
Hayward.
lost it. That was a bad
The
pass.
slick feed. And Utah still within 5.
Woo!
Of the
Who
Spurs
is that?
organization. See the mechanics of how it all works. Diaw inside, working well. San Antonio up by 7. Kawhi with the stare down three. Kawhi not.
Because you didn't let him get that extra bounce that he likes to do the reverse spin.
Diaw with a
Boy,
slick
Diaw
move in the
is
paint.
mad
And
slow,
down
but he
in
not
the last
using his
6
body.
minutes of the game. Off the turnover, Hayward to the cup. And Diaw with
Diaw
the finish
again.
here on the lob. And Dedmon kind of rode him out of there a little bit. No foul called. Simmons back to Dedmon at the other end.
Year in a year. Favors and Hill are 2 starters,
Too
point
much
guard
room.
and power forward, who are big scorers.
Moving forward. Leonard on the drive and kick. Bryn Forbes from deep.
Brent Ford.
He can fade
Never
that
heard of
far
him.
out. Now that was about an 18-foot shot. But in the
Rodney
paint,
Hood.
that's where he kills you, even if you're on top of him. What do we say? He has to get going. He only had 6 at the. Well, this is exactly what he did Friday night in Oklahoma City.
Gasol setting a screen for Leonard. Leonard with the floater came up short. Got the second one to fall.
Played a lot of guys. I think they've all done that pretty well.
Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson with the miss, and Withy with a nice tip underneath for the Jazz.
They down.
Off the bench,
8.
Ginobili and Lee
Fourth
are not
quarter.
playing. So he is pleased with the pace, but also he's pleased the fact that
Made it Forbes back
They
to
got to
Simmons.
get stops on defense.
Simmons has had a nice afternoon here
Oh,
for the
good
San
move,
Antonio
pal.
Spurs, and Gasol with the drive and bucket.
got
he was
fouled,
flying.
But that's Gasol. Because foul, when he gets down into his shot
Pass.
is so soft and just sits there.
Another point of discussion, they run the old elevator play for Gordon Hayward. He's been quiet. Gobert not so quiet on that lob.
Ingles
Gordon
with the
Hayward don't
second
got a
group.
lot of
The rest
highlights.
These guys have got to regroup here now.
Simmons with the step back. Boy, he's in a nice offensive rhythm today against Utah. Parker looks
Parker
quick this
can
afternoon.
move it.
Man, he was a blur.
Mark, you're right on it. He just blew by you.
Hayward with just 8 points in the game, make it
Finally.
10 now, but he put Exum on his heels. Couldn't close the sailboat. Diaw with a lot of contact, didn't bother Gasol at all.
A terrific battle here right now. They with the Clippers and then also Memphis on their heels. They have a chance to move up. And then also Hood, who's a double-figure scorer for you, 2 for 9. So give San Antonio credit there.
Parker
But
looking
Parker
real
really getting
fast
the
today.
basket. The lead is
He got to be
to
consistent
14.
though. The playoffs is around.
Hayward
Good
from
shot, Hayward.
downtown. Got it. Johnson guarded by Bertans. Johnson, a master of those ball fakes. Hayward takes his time. Had a great look. Gobert
All right.
with a wonderful tip. Now they load up on
They trying to
Johnson.
come back.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Or in the history of this league.
It's a 4-point game.
Pass.
Simmons off the lob.
We're here right now, but the key thing is whatever you do not foul.
Why I feel like
Foul against Matt.
I was about to say why I feel like a 3 about to come.
Always trying to
that's
tell
game.
players,
That'll
pass
do
the
it.
ball. Do not allow them to foul.
More contact, like, comment,
So
subscribe.
Quinn Snyder and Popovich, former colleagues on the same staff, embrace as San Antonio earns victory number 59 on the season against just 17 losses. Former French teammates Gobert and Parker embracing as the Utah Jazz and Gobert fall to 47 and 30 as we go.